Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn Clairvoyant and I want to welcome you to my channel. Thank you everybody for joining me for the October Tarotscopes, and I will go through and do each of the readings individually, and I'm keeping with the same formula that I used last month, which is giving you a chance to see how I work with the tarot. Of course, you're going to find this month is a stimulus month. It's one that's going to get you proactive and out there, and you're really looking towards change. Not only is this month beckoning new beginnings and transitions within your personal life and your professional life, it's heightening ways in which you can be successful within yourself, which is a very good positive, especially if you've been kind of meandering around and not really seeing any results in the past months. Some of us have been feeling like we're circumnavigating and doing the same things over and not accomplishing much because we've had quite a lot of planetary changes, but we're starting to see these all move forward now, so we've got some really great successes sitting ahead. Now, if you haven't caught up with my giveaway, I am giving away a free 1-year reading. This is something I did last year and I found it very, very popular. So I'm going to do exactly the same again. 2 people from my YouTube will have an opportunity of winning. So if you're part of my YouTube and a subscriber, 2 lucky winners will be coming there. And all you need to do is go and find my giveaway video, which I uploaded last week. And also I'm giving away 3 individual giveaways on my Facebook as well. So if you're part of Carolyn Clairvoyant's Facebook page or the Carolyn Clairvoyant Tarot Corner or my Carolyn Clairvoyant private group, which actually runs live feeds and readings, then you're in the draw as well. All you need to do is put your name down in that comments part. Not on this video, guys. Go and find the video that I actually released the other week and be able to put it down on there, and then you'll go into the draw. I want to thank you all very much for joining me. I hope that you have a momentous month. You've got a wonderful time ahead. This is going to be quite successful for each and every one of you in your own individual ways. You're coming out of where you have been. It's like the clouds have parted, the sun is shining. It's not only coming into a time of rejuvenation and wonderful changes, you're starting to see some of those beautiful plans that you anticipated happening at the beginning of the year or in the middle of the year now starting to manifest. And this should be just absolutely beautiful. I thank you so much. Please enjoy my individual Tarotscopes, which are about to follow. Thank you and cosmic hugs. Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your Tarotscopes for the time of October 2018. So of course we're going to look over the 5 aspects of your life, just giving the cards a really good shuffle, seeing what wants to work and what doesn't want to work at the moment. My goodness, at this rate we won't need to be flipping any cards over. We could just have a look what Spirit's throwing out for you at the moment. All right, so here we go. Before we lose all our cards, okay, let's get something going here and have a look. So we're going to look at the home and the family, or where you are within yourself right now, career goals and aspirations, or the things that you're trying to achieve, your finance, health and well-being. Okay, wants to come off, health and well-being, and of course your relationship areas. And then we've got this wonderful pile of cards over here, which we'll be reading very, very soon. So the first thing that you do have around you in connection with the home and the family, look, you've got the High Priestess in reverse. So when she turns up, this often tells you that there's a few emotional dramas going on. You're not too happy with the home or the family dynamics at the moment, but part of you doesn't want to get caught up in that as well. So there might be a few areas that you're worried about gossip. Maybe there's a little bit of family disruption going on. Maybe emotionally you're not trying to get too excited about circumstances or situations, and Spirit says, look, it's probably the best way to be right now. Just separate yourself from the situation, see how it's going to turn out, rather than kind of try and preempt. When we try to do that, we create more drama for ourselves. And Spirit says, you know, you don't know what to trust at the moment. You're seeing little things being revealed. You're watching, you're listening to your intuition, but emotionally you're feeling like as if you're not able to make some very stable decisions right now. Therefore, just wait a little bit longer and see how things turn out. Not really going to be very conducive for changes in the home. So for instance, for those that are buying or selling, it's going to be a drama. You know, there's going to be something going on. People aren't going to agree, and you're going to feel like as if you're waiting on tenterhooks to see results come through here. And for others, it could be that you're just finding emotionally you're quite exhausted and you've been going through a lot trying to support others, and therefore when you get to this month you really don't want to have a bar of it again. So you might be finding that you're just wanting some time out. Your career goals and aspirations. Look, you've got the Eight of Cups sitting here. Now, the Eight of Cups tells you that you're making progress, but you're on the road to seeing this take place. So this next couple of months, you could see a lot of change sitting around the workplace or the work environments. Now, you might be in line for a promotion. You might be feeling like your role is stepping up a little bit more. If you're looking for work, then it means that you're on the right track and you might be progressing through the queue at the moment. This tells you that you're getting through the worst of where you've been before, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. So some great successes. Fantastic for those that are looking at study, you'll get a pass. Fantastic for those that are looking for new work and new work opportunities. Great, you'll get that yes or that okay or that nod of approval. Great for those that are looking for a promotion or to advance upon their own individual career path and goals, because you've got great success here. But it's progressive. It means it's taking time, but it's progressing through. May not happen overnight, but definitely will happen. Financially, look, you've got the Five of Swords in reverse here. Now, this tells you straight out that there's going to be some pure resentments and frustrations over money. You're going to go back and wish you didn't spend something. You're going to find that you've got a little bit of animosity and frustration sitting around you. This could have a lot to do with what that emotional stuff is about that home and family. You could be finding yourself counting up everything that you've done and dividing it up into two and looking for some sort of financial retribution here. But Spirit says, well, hang on a minute. All that's going to do is bring up a little bit more resentment or a little bit more problems, and it's not going to be worth it because you're not going to solve it. So forgive, forget, let it go, start clean, start fresh. Can't change it, but you can make it better in the future. And therefore you'll restructure your financial affairs to fit in. Now, 5 months ago you might have thought you were a lot further ahead, or even around about the month of May you might have had some other expenses and you thought, oh look, I'll be much more ahead once I get to around about October. Unfortunately, that isn't not going to be the case. There are some additional expenses or issues going on here that will affect your finances, but I do feel like Spirit says, let it go, look at this as a new time, and by doing that you'll find yourself challenged into making a more positive or a productive turnaround in your financial affairs. Now, health and well-being. Look, you've got the Empress sitting here. The Empress rules Libra, but she's also the Queen of Fertility here. So she's beautiful things, fertility, all these wonderful things. So it's about regeneration. It's about this renewal of who you are. You may be finding now pregnancy, birth and children are important to you. Then, of course, the betterment and well-being of them will also be significant. But for you, you should be feeling content. You should be feeling you're glowing. You should be feeling like as if your life is moving ahead and you're feeling quite positive about your betterment and well-being. These are great achievable goals. And this is good for those that have been working on their hormones. It's good for those that have been working on their blood work or image or self-image, or even looking at the reflection of who they are and how far they have come. You would find that this is a very positive time. You may be finding that you're just looking at family and in particular other people that you've nurtured along, and you're seeing them really building their confidence. And if this is the case, then obviously this month really shows some very strong accolades and beautiful support. But it does govern fertility, the home, instigating of plans and goals with the health and the betterment. I've given it the House of Libra, so there's a lot of blood works here. This could have a lot to do with examinations and tests. You may be finding that this is quite reflective of comparison, looking at genetics, looking at other aspects in your life or other health areas, doing some comparisons here. But this will be a very fertile or a very optimistic time in which you may be finding yourself yourself, really focusing on your image and your self-image as well. Now, your relationships, obviously we've got the sun in reverse here. This tells me old problems resurfacing again. You're not going to be a happy chappy, but you're not going to be totally disappointed because you know what you're in for. This tells you right now that this is a time in which you're going to find those old resentments popping up. What have I done for you and what have you not done for me? So you're going to be finding yourself quite argumentative and frustrated. You're going to find yourself quite emotional. This is going to affect a lot of things that you probably bit your tongue about and didn't say anything about, and then all of a sudden it's kind of calm up and it's rising, and all of a sudden the explosion comes out. Will it solve itself? Of course it will. It'll solve itself. You'll get through it. But at the time, it's not going to feel like that. You're just going to feel like everybody or everything is just not on the same thinking plane or the emotional plane as you. For those that are single and looking, look, it is the past. You're comparing the past to the future. You're looking at where you are right now and what you've had before. You might typecast everybody and everything in your life because you feel like, well, what's the use? It's only going to be ending the same. Spirit says, well, guess what? Maybe this is something that you need to reflect upon, okay? Maybe this is about your image on what you're seeing, situations, and how better you can move through this, because it's your emotional journey. It's been your drama. It's been your trauma, and therefore it's resurfacing for you to be able to work through or make a progression through. Sometimes it's about forgiving and forgetting, and other times it's just about being happy with who you are right now and just being content with the fact that at least you've got direction now. So there is a few areas that are going to manifest a few dramas. So what's going on as far as spirit is concerned right now? Look, you've got some beautiful opportunities, lots of love. I love this. So we've got the Magician. We've got the Ace of Wands, the Lover's card. We've also got the Tower, which I call Change in my deck, in reverse. We have got the Fool. We have got the Ace of Swords in reverse. We've got the Star. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. We've got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And we've got the Page of Swords. So this tells you that you're in a very productive time of new plans and goals. Now, you're going to love the results around about May and June next year. But right now, you may be saying at the present time, there's no way. I'm totally outside my comfort zones. I don't know what I'm really doing or how I'm going to get through this. And Spirit says, well, hang on a minute. You're not in this position because you're powerless. You're in this position because it's a good turn of events for you. It's going to help. And yes, it might cause a bit of a dysfunction, and you may be finding yourself feeling a little bit uncertain about your home or your family or your relationships or other aspects, incomes, whatever. But the choices that you will make will be okay. So stop being hypertensive about this. You're better equipped. 2 years ago, you probably weren't, but 2 years down the track, you definitely are. So you're better equipped. So you can lift this stress, okay? And you can do this by giving yourself the opportunity to see past anything that may have been limiting you. So this is a real strong time of not getting caught up in those dramas. Remember, we said that there was going to be dramas around that home and the family environment. You're making the right moves. You're making progress. Let go of those resentments. Find that contentment. You're going to find old problems reissued again, coming back up to the surface. But when I see so much love and support sitting around this and the present time, even though all you're seeing is problems and obstacles, and Spirit says, well, hang on a minute. You know what? That's going to lift because you're making the right decisions. You just got to get through these next couple of months. And once you do, you're going to see everything coming together quite beautifully. And by doing so, you're going to find that you're in a better opportunity to be able to make some very strong plans and goals that are going to support you for the long term. Well, I thank you so much, Scorpio, for connecting, and I hope you have enjoyed your Tarotscopes for the time of October 2018.